dig it. I can dig it. Look, I appreciate you being on here. We are almost towards the end of this thing, but I asked you a question in the beginning of the show. Do you think that they can repeat? And we're going to break this down because we're going to dive into the Bengals 2022 schedule, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to bring it up on the screen real quick and run through the games, and we're going to break this down, talk about it. So you got Pittsburgh, Dallas, the Jets, the Dolphins, the Ravens, the Saints, the Falcons, the Browns, and the Panthers. Then a bye
Mhm.
week. Then the Steelers, the Titans, the Chiefs, the Browns, the Buccaneers, the Patriots, the Bills, and the Ravens.
Mm.
I get it. You went to the Super Bowl, so you're going to get one of the hardest schedule, if not the hardest schedule. But I mean, can you share some of your thoughts on that schedule? That looks rough, man.
Yeah. Now, like you said, the AFC they got they oh my gosh, there's so many moves and everything like that. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't know how these players are going to do on these teams, but new coaches and that. Um, so I don't know how they're going to do well in this team, but I think um, definitely excited for the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be like we did last year. We had a 4 or 5-0 start, and then
Mm-hmm.
we kind of had our gray area, and then we kind of brought it back up towards the season ended. So I think we're going to do the same thing, and then if we at least get past the second round, we'll be good, and then yeah, we'll see how things go.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. And I mean, honest, if you can stay healthy through this, I mean, that first half of the season, I can see you going, 5-0, 4-1, that you got
yeah,
two interdivisional matchups with one with the Steelers and then one with the Ravens in that. So I think you could, you might lose one, but I think you can definitely start off hot. And look, Saints, we don't know. Falcons are up and coming. We don't know the Browns and the Panthers. That honestly, you could look by that time at a 7-1, 8-1 type situation, or 6-2, or something like that, because a lot of those are winnable games if you're playing up to par and not healthy. But I do have to say that because you're going to be high here, but I do have to say this: that back half of the schedule at Pittsburgh, at Tennessee, home for the Chiefs and Browns, then at Tampa, at New England, home for Buffalo and Baltimore. I mean, I don't wish that upon anyone, unless maybe
yeah,
Dallas. I do wish that upon Dallas. I would love to see them just get just railroaded. But
yeah,
but I
yeah.
mean that. I mean, what are your, like, honestly, like, look at those last games. Like, what are your honest thoughts about that? Like,
I'm scared, but I know that it takes a team to win. So
very true.
um, so if we can just come together and do our thing, I think we'll be fine. We won't get blown out, but I think we'll win a couple of those games there. I think we can, like some of those divisional games, Steelers and Ravens and all that, Browns.
Well,
Some of the other games, I think we're gonna really need to find our grit and just find and just try to pull it out. Um, so now the Rams have the hardest schedule. I know that for sure. So
I've seen their
yeah,
schedule.
yeah. So for
uh,
sure.
Meanwhile, on the bottom of the schedule list, the 32nd schedule. That's got.
Uh,
See, this is another reason why I'm like, all right, Carson, if you can't do it with this talent and the worst schedule in the league this year, you might as well just hang it up, bro. I I
yeah.
need you to do something for me, man. Come on.
I'm kind of mad he left Indianapolis.
Yeah. It was a toxic with Ursay. It was toxic. Like, when now you see all the stuff that's been coming out, what Ursay's been saying. I thought that Frank Reich and him and Carson Wentz were going to work so well together, like they had did early in Philly. But you know, he didn't have a bad year. 3,500 yards, 27 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. But you obviously go back to the left-handed falling down throws, or the crucial interceptions, or the Jaguars game at the end of the season. And
Yeah.
one of the worst teams in the league stops you from getting to the playoffs. You know what I mean? So
Mm,
it's it. It's going to be an interesting thing to see. I'm glad he has the most talent that he's had. He's got Terry. That was huge. Signing Terry, getting him back, maybe getting Curtis Samuel if he can stay healthy. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Thanks for watching. If you like that clip, be sure to check out the other great content from the Let's Talk Football community. And as always, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when more great content like this becomes available.